Coronation Street confirms Todd aftermath following dramatic death. We'll never hear loud cries of Toddington and Cocker on the cobbles again. Coronation Street has killed off Theo Silverton following his dramatic one-year stint on the show. Theo's body was found by Betsy Swain in the closing moments of Friday's episode, May 1st, finally resolving the mystery of which Weatherfield villain would meet their maker. Looking ahead, the soap's biggest story of the year now enters a new chapter. How does Todd Grimshaw move on following his year-long abuse ordeal with Theo? And could he have been responsible for Theo's demise, or is somebody else the guilty party? Here, Gareth Pierce, who plays Todd, shares his first reaction to the bombshell cliffhanger. Yeah, absolutely. It's a real cocktail of emotions, in a similar way to what you've already seen in the police station immediately after the last really bad beating. He was there to report Theo, but there was still that real conflict of emotions where he was almost defending this person, even though he'd at least woken up enough to realize he had to get out of the relationship in that moment. This is very similar. Upon finding it's Theo that's died, there must be some relief, but I think there's also a great deal of shame. It had got to that stage where there was some self-blame for Todd. It must be a horrible feeling when you know something has suddenly got so much more serious and so beyond your ability to control the situation. He must also be really, really scared as well. Could Todd have been the one who killed Theo? I think our audience will definitely have those suspicions. Actually, we see that Todd certainly has plenty of motive. Some might even go as far as to say justification after having to remain stoic in the face of such sustained provocation. It's interesting to think about whether anyone is capable of murder in extreme circumstances. We all hope to think of it as far more black and white or good and evil, but I think it's probably often much more gray in real life. Certainly in a show like ours, you get a sense that maybe Theo really did push him that far. There's quite a mix of emotions there as well. There's some determination to find out who has done it on Todd's part, because this was still someone that he loved and had a strong connection to, in spite of how dangerous and horrific the abuse had become. But Todd is very intelligent, and he also knows that he is a likely suspect. So there's also that situation where, as soon as you know that you are having to convince someone that you had nothing to do with it, then you start acting in a way that could very much read as suspicious. Who else is going to come under suspicion? Just as the audience will say that Todd has plenty of motive, they'll also know that lots of other people have motive as well, especially due to the way that Theo has actively isolated Todd from his closest friends and family. We've seen them start to join the dots and reconnect with Todd and try to extricate him from the relationship over these past few weeks. He's feeling grief, hurt, anger, even relief. He also knows that he very much has a lens on him and his reaction for many reasons. His friends will be watching him thinking, "This man was abusing you, he was being awful to you, how can you even grieve for him?" We heard Todd say that about Theo grieving for Noah earlier in the storyline. But he's also going to know that he's being watched by the police, by Lisa and Kit. That leads Todd to analyze how he's genuinely feeling about it, but also what his grief should look like and what other people think it should look like. So there's all of that going on for Todd in the aftermath. There's no room for his genuine reaction to the news because he must feel very watched. Even when speaking to people just day to day when I'm out, one of the more painful aspects of the story has been witnessing Todd's spark really leaving him. It's been very effective and painful, but that's definitely something that the audience have said to me that they really do want to see, his playful side returning. So we'll be hoping that we get Todd back to that place eventually. But, consistent with coming out of a relationship like this, it will take some time. When Todd is feeling rubbish about himself, that's when quite often he masks his vulnerability with a spikiness, a sarcasm, and maybe a lack of patience for the people around him. Maybe we will see some of that returning in the immediate aftermath, just as a method of self-protection. It's been pretty overwhelming, but heartening and very touching really to hear the response. I'm having interactions with people, first of all about the importance of the storyline, but also, quite often, about the parallels that they may have had in previous relationships of their own or with people close to them. So I'm very aware of how fully the storyline has landed with everyone, and I think that's a testament to Coronation Street and the whole team. This is the type of story that Corey does so well and performs so importantly. It's been very humbling to see that response, In the same way as it was a great honor to even be asked to play the storyline in the first place. I think people do underestimate quite how many people are involved in bringing a story like this from the very first seed of a storyline through into the writer's room, and then so many stages before it even lands in the hands of directors, actors, and any of the on-floor team. So many people have worked hard on this, and it's great to see how it has landed with people. Is this a storyline you're proud to have worked on? Oh, definitely. I'm the type of person who would have put a fair bit of pressure on myself when first asked to carry a storyline like this, to do it justice, to do survivors justice and ensure that they feel seen in what goes out on screen. But now there is that sense that we've depicted it truthfully, and to hear how invested and on the journey our audience have been with us. So yeah, absolutely I'm proud.